So for the time he was 15 to the time he was retired, this skater changed the way the world looked at Swedish hockey players, the Swedish world teams, Sweden's place in international hockey, and Sweden's final place as a part of the NHL, where their players came over and really dominated and improved the league. We're going to talk today about the legendary Ulf Sterner. Now, Ulf Ivar Erik Uffe Sterner, born 11 February 1941, played in 9 IIHF World title events for Sweden, where the team won 7 medals, 1 gold, 5 silver, and 1 bronze. You know, he's also a member of the nation's silver medal team in the 64 Winter Olympics. And Sterner had great elite play as well in his homeland, playing for Forshaga IF from 56 and 61, for Strada Forlando IF from 61 and 64, and for the New York Rangers in 1965, before returning to Sweden to play for Rögle BK and Farstadt BK. Now he finished his career in England with the Detroit Red Wings sponsored squad, the London Lions, in 1974, and on 27 January 65, he became the first European-trained player to play in the National Hockey League. Now, Sterner made his hockey debut at 15 when he's accepted on a Division II team when he made a name for himself with his high speed and scoring ability. On November 12, 1959, he made his international debut with the Three Crowns in a friendly match against Czechoslovakia. He scored his first goal in that game, which Sweden won 11-3. He was the team's youngest player of all time during that era. Now, through the late 50s and early 60s, he's one of Sweden's most popular players. He's also credited with inventing the common stick-to-skate-to-stick maneuver, which is part of Russian and Canadian hockey lore in the modern era, because that's is one of the best moves on the hockey ice. Now, at the 62 Worlds, Sterner scored what he described as his most memorable goal when he countered the 3-0 leading goal against Team Canada. His squad later won the game 5-3 and again took the title. At the 63 World title event, he scored a hat-trick against Canada in a 4-1 win. After the game, he and teammate Sven Tumba Johansson met King Gustav VI Adolf and received a royal congratulations. Now, his first Olympics came in 1960 in Squaw Valley. Although the team did not earn a medal, but from that point on, he was a dominating center in international play. Now, by 1963, he was heavily scouted by the NHL, as the New York Rangers had taken interest, and in October, Sterner made a trip for a training camp. The party signed a 5-game tryout agreement, but Sterner declined to play that season in order to conserve his amateur status for the 64 Winter Olympics, where Sweden won the silver. Sterner arrived for training camp in 64 and displayed excellent skills. However, the NHL, unlike the IIHF, permitted hitting and physical play on any point of the ice, as international players were not allowed to hit in the offensive zone, allowing them time to adjust to the North American game. The Rangers offered him a start with the St. Paul Rangers of the Central Hockey League, which he accepted. After 2 months, he adapted to the North American style and earned a promotion to the Baltimore Clippers of the AHL. Finally, on January 27th, he joined the Rangers at a game against the Bruins, becoming the first naturally born European to play in the NHL. Now, ultimately, Sterner only played 4 games in the Big Show, but did not register a point. Now, he had been reluctant to play physically or to instigate physical play, and he was eventually sent back to the AHL, and it soon became clear he was not going to return to the NHL. As much as his skills carried him through games in the AHL, he simply did not have the training to play 60-minute games with full contact. In '69, the IIHF adopted the same body checking rules in the NHL, and 4 years later, the great Borje Salming joined the Leafs, ended up playing 17 years in the NHL. Now, he personally has a great life after hockey. Him and his wife, Pia, he had the love of his life, live in a farm near Karlstad where they keep horses. Now, he nicknames his horses after former teammates and friends. When one of the horses smashed his nose, he nicknamed it the great Russian player Alexander Ragulin. Now, regular season and playoffs from 1957 with Forshaga IF all the way to Hamero HC in the Swiss Triple League. He played at a high level for literally literally, 33 years. 33 years, ladies and gentlemen. Internationally, nationally. But he came back for those games to in the 80s and 90s to celebrate playing in another decade as well. So Swedish Premier League totals: 172 games, 135, 104, 239. The Swedish Second Division: 81, 91, 172, 97 games. Playoffs: 15, 7, 22, and 11 Swedish Number 2 League. And the Senior League for Sweden: 70 playoff games, 44, 30, 74. NHL totals, again, 4 games. And he had scored actually 12 games with the St. Paul Rangers in 65 in 16 games, and had 18 goals in 52 games for the Clippers, with 1 goal in the playoffs. So, and with the Lions, some really impressive totals in 74. Again, that Detroit Red Wings sponsored team with John Ziegler and management. 64 games, 115 points, and ironically 7 winning minutes in penalties, which goes against his non-offensive style. And 2 assists in 2 games in the playoffs. Now, for Team Canada, Team Sweden results: 1960 Olympics, 1 assist in 5 games. World Championships in 61, 5 goals. The title year in 62, 16 points in 7 games. The Olympics in 64, silver medal, 11 points in 7 games. And continue to put up big numbers. Final team Sweden totals at the senior level: 90 points in 86 games, including 41 assists. Now, he also spent time in coaching. He coached Beirut SV in 87, Munich Hiddos in 88, and Füssen EV in 89. He made the top 6 in all 3 of his seasons. For Beirut, he was 3rd in the Bundesliga South. Munich, he was 2nd in the Bundesliga South. And for Füssen, he was 6th in the Bundesliga South. Now, awards: he won the Golden Puck as Sweden's Player of the Year in 63. Best forward at the IIHF Finals in 69. He was inducted into the IIHF Hall of Fame in 2001. And he was a WECA All-Star Team member in 62 and 69. But let's talk about, as well, we're talking about the 69 Worlds. He had 14 points in 10 games with the expanded format. And that season, he put up 39 points in 19 regular season games and 12 more in the playoffs. So he was averaging pretty well a goal a game pace in 69, which some argue is they think is his best season. So just recap: international medals for Sweden: 8, gold at the 62 Worlds, silver at the Worlds in 63, hometown Sweden, 67 and 69 again in Sweden, silver in 1970 in Sweden, the silver in the Soviet Union in 73, and bronze in 71 in Switzerland. And again, silver at the 64 Innsbruck Olympics. So quite an impressive total, ladies and gentlemen. And you look at Matt Slassen, Boris Salming, he ranks up there. Maybe down the road we'll make it to the Hockey Hall of Fame. That's a possibility, because the totals are very, very impressive, especially that World Championship goal in 62, which really rocked the hockey world on many levels. So, thanks for listening. Bye.